Do we have a problem? Do we have a problem? Do we have a problem? Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new today, I'm Crystal with a K. Nice to meet you. I do declare. Story time, you guys. Yeah. So as you can see by the title, these ninjas is thieves. Like, I'm so done. Like, I'm not with the shit. So basically, this is the reason why this story I'm telling is the reason why I don't really let guys stay over at my house no more as I used to. I still have let people, guys stay over at my house, but I put you through the ropes before you get to that point where you staying over at my house. I will put you through the ropes, and only the humble will survive. Only the strong will survive. Cause I'm that bitch. And to all my haters, I'm that bitch. I ain't grow to be this bitch just because I'm saying I'm that bitch. It's because I've been through experiences in life that made me base my decisions on where I'm going now, where I'm gonna be in the future. It's all based around what I do now and what I did back then. This little mother... So this guy, again, I don't remember his name. This, again, was also around the first time when I first started transitioning. But I don't remember his name. I know he was Jamaican. He was Jamaican. He didn't have dreads or anything. He just had like short hair. He was slim. He was tall. He was alright. He wasn't like cute, drop dead cute or whatever. But, it was the fascination. He was hood, he was hood cute. If you know what hood cute is, Hey, he was hood cute. So, but when I first met him, it wasn't on that type of time. I didn't even know like he fucked with the girls like that. Like, so I was going to it was like I was going to this training program. I forgot what it was for. I forgot what was the training for. I think it was some sort of job readiness thing, and they place you. Yes, it was a job readiness thing, and they place you with a job after. I think it had to do with home health aid. I think that's when I was starting to do that. Anyway, I went there with my friend Chauncey. God rest his soul. Moment of silence for Chauncey. Me and my friend Chauncey at the time, who is no longer with us, went to this program, and we was like, at that time I was probably like 23. I was probably like 23, 24. It was definitely the second year that I started my transition. My dates be all fucked up, but collecting back. Around that time, we was going to the program. Me and Chauncey, we was highly like favored by the girls and by the teacher of the class and all that stuff. So mostly Chauncey more so than me, because Chauncey had just this bubble of like joy personality, and he was funny as shit. I mean, I had a bubble of joy personality as well, but Chauncey was just like on it. Like, he was funny as hell. Like, he was just hitting it, and I was like right behind him. That's when I first met him or whatever, and he was part of the guys. They were very distant, like they didn't want to be around, like, you know, like they wanted to be, like, you know how the guys be, like they want to be chilling with the girls, but you know, they manhood won't let them, plus they know the other dudes inside the class, it's not gonna like that, you know. So that's, I guess that's what it very much gave, because at the moment I didn't really know that, I guess he wanted to like hang out or whatever. Either or. After I met him there, I would say it was probably like 2 years later, probably like 2 years or so. And I was living on, I don't know if you guys remember, I talked about this place that I lived at on Valentine Ave in the Bronx, uptown. I was living there at the time. And it was like this basement, like it was like this basement apartment that I lived with my sister, Keisha. Y'all probably will see her one day. So how it was set up? It was like the only house on the street. Like, it was, everything else was like buildings across the street, next to it, everything. It was the only like house on the street. It was weird. But so you go to get to where we had our own entrance. You go through the side of the house, to the back, past the dogs, open up the other gate, and then you go down into the stairs, and then inside basement. So I'm linked up with him. I think it was on, at the time, it was probably like, I think it was AOL chat. It was like the AOL chat or something. Oh no, it was on Tagged. It was on Tagged. We linked up on Tagged around that time. And he remembered me. He told me he wanted, you know, to chill. We met up, a bunch of us, we met up, we chilled. And he wound up, I guess, wanting to hang out more. So he came back to the house and we chilled, we hung out. He wound up coming back, chilling, drinking with us. Like, we was like, that was the turn up house. Like, if you knew that house and you been in that house, and if you, my peers that watch this, that fucks with me, that ever been in that house, you know that was the turn up house. Like, you know, we was just like drinking, getting smacked, doing crazy shit there every day. Working or not, like, we was doing crazy stuff in there. So when he was coming over there, like, I guess he felt the need to confess that he's like had a situation before. I guess guys tend to do that, you know, that's their way of inching to let you know that they're interested. They'll let you know about an experience or confiding you about an experience that they had. I don't remember what the experience was. I really don't even care. We kind of bonded, we kind of connected and all that stuff. We fucked. We wound up fucking. It was horrible. It was horrible. Like, I'm not even just saying that because, you know, he's a thief. But it was horrible. Like, and it smelled, oh my God. So, and I think this is the reason why he didn't, you know, kind of want to, like, you know, we had sex or whatever, like, it started off of us, like, rubbing, kissing and all that stuff, and then, you know, we went straight into it. So, you know, I'm the type, I want to munch, you know. If you know what munching is, you know what munching is, but I wanted to munch. And this guy, but it wasn't even it wasn't even a turtleneck. It was just like, it was disrespectful. It was like very much, it wasn't even like this. It wasn't even like this. It was like, and that's the most it came out, a little like, at that time I didn't think of nothing of it or whatever, because you know it was whatever to me when it comes to those kind of things. So he was the first one I experienced that when I went to go munch, it was just a scent. It was like, it smelled like airbags. Like it smelled like airbags. Like you left the mop, like you just mopped the whole house, and then you didn't even wring the shit out. You just sat it there in the corner. You didn't. It smelled like, you know, them old school tubs that had that little like tape thing, and then it grew that mildew and it had that scent. You know, if you knew those type of people that had that kind of tub and it had that mildew, it smelled like that. It smelled like a raccoon died and shitted on itself. Like, it was horrible, it was disrespectful, and it's just the fact that, like, if you ain't got respect enough to wash your shit before you go and try to fuck with somebody, then I'm not gonna have respect for you. Like, so it gave very much, listen, I can't do this, you gotta go. In this case, I didn't just like tell him to go, you know, I'm not gonna be rude, but in my head, it was just like, you know, you gotta go. But what actually happened was we just stopped the situation. I just told him, you know, I wasn't really feeling it. Like, we probably better off as friends, you know, because it wasn't really like leading to us being together or anything of that sort. It was more so of, we was just mad cool, vibing, and a situation was about to happen. And I just couldn't let that happen. And I kind of felt bad, almost felt bad, but I guess he really felt offended. And this, you know what's funny? I think he probably was a Virgo too. I don't even know. I let him finish staying the rest of the night. He had already stayed over before once. We were still like friends or whatever, connecting, like we were still cool. When he came over again, like I let him, like he wanted to try again, basically. I guess he tried to say that he cleaned up and, you know, this and that, but I had to let him know, you know, that stench is like, still like, it's traumatizing. Like that shit was crazy. Like that shit was crazy. I can't see you no other way besides stinky meat. Like, your meat stink. Like, you know, when you buy meat and it stink, you toss it out. I didn't even buy this meat. Came out the street. I kindly declined it. I mean, he was just like, whatever or whatever. I should have like raised the flag or whatever, but I didn't. So I declined it. We was just, you know, hanging out for the rest of the day. And mind you, it was broad daylight. It was broad daylight. It came in the daytime. It was broad daylight. I was getting ready. We was about to go somewhere or whatever. So this is what happened. I went to the bathroom. This is how fast it happened. I went to the bathroom to take a piss. I ain't took a shit. I was getting ready. I just went to take a piss. And then all I heard was my door swing open, footsteps running, and then I heard the door slam. And then immediately I jumped up and I ran into my room. And then once I ran into my room, so how it's set up in the basement, the way the rooms are, the windows of the room, you can see the pathway to what leads to the back entrance. You can see the pathway through the window, but you can see just the bottom half of it, like, so you can see the person's feet. So when I walked in the room, I seen his feet running by or whatever, and I immediately, the first thing I looked was the most expensive thing I had at the time, you know, which was my laptop. At the time, it was like this Windows laptop that was, it was the first slim one. It was blue and black. I remember it was blue on top, black on bottom. It was the notebook, and it just came out. And I looked, and that shit was gone. And I was like, and I immediately ran right after him, right behind him, and I looked crazy and all. I probably had like a scarf on. I didn't shave or anything. Like, I looked crazy. And I'm running, and he was already like out, like by the time I got out the gate from in front of the house, he was already like 2.5 blocks down and going up. Like, so I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, I'm running. I'm still running too. I'm like, maybe I ran into a cop or whatever, and they told me if I had like information, like I could write a report. So I did a report on him and all that stuff. Of course, that's not gonna go nowhere because they don't really do nothing with reports. Obviously, they haven't. And I only had his first name. I didn't have his last name. And I only had that. I didn't know where he lived. I only know that I knew him from a program that I went to, and we reconnected. So yeah, he was like, that was like, my laptop was gone, and I lifted that laptop because, you know, around that time, social media was just breaking out. That's when people was just getting into the online stuff and everything, the MySpaces, the local hookups, the AOL messengers and all that stuff. So that's when all that stuff was out. And I was just like devastated. I was hurt because, you know, you put your trust in somebody, you think you made a friend or whatever, and they just betray you, you know. And he's not the first guy that stole from me. I have plenty of guys that stole from me. And I had guys that I actually dealt with that stole from me and all that stuff. But I get to those in other stories. I would say about, I think it was later that same year. It was later that same year on Halloween. I went down to the village for the parade. And, you know, me and my friends, we celebrated the parade. I do have some pictures. I was like a schoolgirl outfit on or whatever. I was with, it was my gay mother, Jahira, my gay aunt, Chanel, rest in peace also, my gay brother, Dada. Oh, man. He was so funny. I miss him so much. I'm thinking about the picture because I know I'm gonna post it, and I know what he was wearing, and he did that on purpose. And he really thought he was cute though. But anyway, I also met up with because I was doing pageants at the time. Not doing pageants. I was dancing for pageant girls and pageant guys. You know, people that do pageants. So I met up with Aaliyah and Joe Bear, which were, Aaliyah was a performer, a winner. She wins pageants, and Joe Bear was one of the dancers that I was cool with, that we actually did some shows together. And also Giselle, I know I bumped into Giselle for a little bit down there, but we wasn't really hanging too much because we didn't really know each other like that. But I don't even know if she still remember me now. Let me stop getting distracted. I always told that if I was get distracted, focus. We was down there, Halloween, boom, busting shit, getting drunk, getting smacked, da da da. So I was off with what was I? I was off with one of the friends. I was off with one of them, and we walked off, and I seen him. Like, I seen him right there in the village talking to a group of people on the corner or whatever. And I'm looking, and I looked across the street, and I'm like, oh shit, that's that motherfucker right there. That's that motherfucker right there. As I'm pointing, he kind of looks back like, I guess he thought it was kind of like funny or whatever. I guess he was testing my patience. So I went to the officer. I was like, officer, there's a guy out here that stole from me, and I have a report written out on him, and I need you to get him or whatever. He's gonna go, sorry, I can't do nothing about that. As he's sitting there saying, well, before he says, sorry, I can't do nothing about that, while I'm explaining it to him, and I'm looking and I point to him, the dude start running. I'm just like, officer, like, he's like, I don't know what you want me to do. And I said, are you serious? And then I started looking at his badge because I was gonna report his ass. And then he went like this on his badge and started walking off, and then started going on his walkie-talkie. I'm like, ain't this about a bitch? Me and my friend looked at each other like, are you dead ass serious? When we went back up, as we was telling everybody the situation or what happened, and we was walking around looking for the nigga, and then we wound up getting into some other trouble, which is another situation. But basically my gay brother got into it with somebody in the car and started banging on his car window. Well, we were banging on the guy's car window because we were getting into it with him or something, for something I forgot. And my gay brother just threw a bottle and broke his window open, like, psh. And the guy was so tight, got out the car, and then he was just like this big brawler guy. We all was just like, we ain't give a fuck. We all attacked that motherfucker. We all was just like jumping on him because he grabbed my gay brother like he was gonna like kill him. We all panicked, so we all jumping like, get off him, get off him, get off him. My gay mother was going crazy at the time. Jahira, she was going crazy or whatever. I was more focused on trying to split them up, but in order to split them up, you had to hit the motherfucker because he was big. Like, it was just a crazy night that Halloween. So I never seen that laptop again, and I never seen that dude again, ever again. It's just a bum boy mentality for me. It just turned me off of hood dudes. It turned me off, like, based off of your experience, you know what type of dudes you like. You know what type of dudes are gonna give what based on what they do. You know, I go by actions. I don't go by, I'm not gonna just assume. I'm gonna like see what you do and see how you move. And yes, I'm gonna compare it to what I went through. Guys are so quick to be like, oh, you treating me, you judging me like this person, you judging me like that person. Well, sweetie, that's a part of growing up. I have to compare you in my head by the way you act. If you acting like this dude acted, and that dude, when he acted like that, it resulted this way, why am I gonna go there? Why? How does that make sense? That's like, you got 3 tunnels. You go once the tunnel and you get stabbed. You come out like, oh shit, I just got fucking stabbed in a tunnel. Then you go to another tunnel, you get stabbed again. Oh shit, I got stabbed again in another tunnel. Go to another tunnel, you get stabbed again. But then you go and you see a bridge and you go over the tunnels and you don't get stabbed. There's no dark walls, there's no darkness that you can't see, there's nothing blinding you, nothing secretive, nothing mysterious or whatever, nothing. You go over the bridge, everything's open, out in the open and safe. Like, come on, make it make sense. That was very much the story of a bum broke dude who basically stole my laptop and got away with it. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. And if you happen to be watching this, you probably know what the story is, because I made sure I told where it was and everything on purpose. Because if you're watching this, I'm after you, bitch. I'm still after you. I'm a Taurus. I'm never gonna let it go. I'm never gonna let it go. I hold grudges. I hold grudges in the palm of my hand, and then I put it in my pocket, and I let that shit go. And when you least expect it, I'm gonna take that grudge out of my pocket, and I'm gonna... Thank you again for stopping by and tuning in to another babbling story time of mine. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you liked the video. Let me know your opinions on the situation. If you've been through similar situations, what would you do in this situation? Also, make sure to hit the like bell and also subscribe if you haven't. Make sure to hit the notification bell as well so you can be notified for every time I post. And with that being said, I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the subscribers. They're getting higher and higher every day. I appreciate you guys. One love.